Hey everybody, and welcome to Sync 2023. It's the 15th anniversary of this awesome conference. Behind us we actually have the timeline of the progression of those years. It's pretty fun to look through there and see all the changes. But for today, I'm very excited to be hanging out with the Jody Rael Photography team. So we have Jody and Mindy and Shelly, who all happen to be related and are sisters that actually work together, and they still work together, and I think they like each other. So what I'm going to do is handle this a little bit differently today so you guys can hear from each of them and their specific roles in the business. So we're just going to hand the mic down. We'll start with Jody. So Jody, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, your history in photography, and then we're going to go to Mindy and kind of talk about what she brings to the business, and we're going to go to Shelly and talk about what she brings to the business, and then we'll just kind of bring it back to me.
All right, well, I'm Jody, and I'm the owner of Jody Rael Photography, if you didn't guess that.
Yep.
And I've been in business for about 20 years. And in fact, mostly high school seniors is my focus. Didn't start out that way, of course, but Shelly was actually my first senior. And we just figured out today that I did her photos for her senior pictures 20 years ago this year. So sorry to date you a little bit. Anyway, and so I'm the main shooter, of course, and the, brains behind the business, I guess. But I have a lot of support, and that's what makes my studio successful. So
Awesome.
This is my right-hand woman right here.
I'm Mindy Brunkart, and I'm Jody. I'm the third of four of us, but anyway, I am Jody's next sister down, I guess. Anyway, I started off with Jody in 2018 and kind of just developed and found where we fit and how we kind of would work together. I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I really enjoy that part of it. So the styling and the posing and just going on photo shoots and helping with lighting. And then recently we've kind of picked up the videography and capturing the senior in video, which is a lot of fun. And then I do a lot of the post production on the photos, and then I also work on the website and the marketing and a lot of design work as well. So, and this is my sister Shelly.
Hi, I'm Shelly Labrie, and I am based in Dallas, Texas, and so I work remotely, but I do kind of go on shoots with Jody and support her that way. But I also do a lot of the video editing and social media marketing and try to market so Jody's out there in the business world, social media world. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Awesome. So, and just so everybody knows that is following along, that was extremely humble for what this team actually does. Amazing photographer, amazing styling, organization, amazing social media, video, all stirred together creates a fantastic end product for the seniors that are coming to Jody Rael Photography. Let's talk a little bit about some of these fun styling things that you guys are doing and the experience that you're bringing to, I don't want to call them the kids, but to these kids and these seniors and models that you're working with, because the images just jump. The clothing and the locations and all that stuff. Now you're doing a lot of this. You're building these experiences for these seniors. For somebody that's listening along, that is probably now Googling your name and finding your website and looking at your stuff. How did you really get going in that, and how do you put one foot in front of the other to build these awesome session experiences? And let's go with Jody first.
Okay, well, I did get started with, I have to give some credit. I had some high schoolers that were my interns for many years, and they really kind of pushed me to think more creatively about the styles and the sessions. And so they really helped me initially get started with ideas that I think that they resonated with and their teens and their peers resonated with. Yep. So, of course, like anything with a business, it progresses and it changes over time and it grows. But one of the things that we decided, it started with my model team, because we wanted to do something different and fun and outside of the box that you wouldn't normally do with like just a normal senior portrait session. Yep. And so we're like, okay, we are going to have just an afternoon, and we're going to have a theme like we'll sign up for different challenges if we can. If we're doing a challenge, like it's a one light setup challenge, that's not fun for kids, like necessarily. And so I'm focused on that technical aspect of shooting with just one light. But for them, we're like, okay, well, what would be fun? And they're like, well, we should do, I don't know, let's do a Barbie shoot. Okay, so we call it the Barbie shoot. I'm focused on a one light setup and that technical aspect. And so then we have where we're going to shoot. That location is so important. Are we going to do that in studio, or is there a better location somewhere that looks like maybe a dollhouse or a Barbie house or something like that? And so then we'll put the styles together based on that location to kind of go over the overall theme. Then I can submit that to a challenge for a one light setup challenge to different places, or I can submit it to like a creative magazine or something like that. And of course, then the kids love that to be published that way.
Right. So as long as you brought that up and finding locations and styling and everything, so this is really where Mindy comes in to the picture. And for those of you that have traveled before and you've done shoots that are outside of your normal space that you normally shoot in, if you have not been to wherever you're going, to Chicago or to New York or wherever it may be, Miami, you don't have the convenience of walking around and just picking out a spot and being like, ooh, this would be awesome. So how in the world do you do this? And I'm going straight to you on this one, Mindy.
The internet. The internet is obviously it has so much information and so much wealth of so many tools that you can use. Google Maps is a great one because they've really like put in some unique pop-ups and icons and all that stuff. But also different. What is the one that you love? The
Instagrammable.
Oh yeah, you search Instagrammable locations in X city and you'll find all sorts of cute little things that are a starting point, and then you just keep building off of that, and you're like, oh, I wonder what's down the river here. I'm going to follow the river down. And then you're like, oh, look down on Street View and Google Maps, and you're like, that's amazing. And then you kind of zoom around and you look at the different angles that Google Maps shows you, and you're like, yeah, I think I can get in there. It does require, you go in and then you do some blog searches and other things for things in that area. But once you kind of like, I think this will work, you plan to go to that location at least a couple hours before so that you can make sure that, it's safe to bring your models there. It's safe for you to be shooting there. Do you want to be there after dark? Do you not want to be there after that dark? You want to be safe in it, but you definitely want to explore your options and find those really cool locations that's more than just what every Instagram user already has.
And you bring up a really good point of making sure that these are spaces that are good to go to, and it's not going to be a scary experience or something go very wrong. So now we have the photography, we have the locations, we have the styling, and again, humble. I've been to the studio and seen the mood boards and the plans that you guys have for these locations, and there's a lot of work there, a lot of research, which is super cool. But you have to be vested into it to really pull these things off. So then, Shelly, that brings me to you. So you're taking the styling, the locations, the photography. How are you bringing this to life? Like, what are you doing to make this really like fly out on social media and for the website and all that kind of stuff?
So being a little bit younger, I kind of have a little bit more experience with the younger crowd. And so I've really researched as far as what they're listening to, what they're watching and things like that. And so I bring that into the video editing and make it exciting to watch, exciting to see, and something that they'll actually want to be a part of. And branching out, not just Instagram, but you have to branch out to things that the kids are watching, like TikTok and all that other ideas. And you have to bring what is it that they're interested in to their phone, basically. So whatever that is, you have to do that. And I take their lead with the creative stuff, and then I just market it to the kids.
Well, it's really cool that you guys have such a team, and it speaks to each of your strengths so well, and that's why you guys are successful at what you do. And being that your sisters, you haven't killed each other yet, so that's a positive. You're still smiling and laughing. I'm sure there's a few days in there that may be a little rough, but congratulations on being an awesome team, and for producing amazing products for your seniors, an experience that they will never, ever, ever forget. So, and someday I want to come along on one of those shoots.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Awesome. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed this interview with Jody and Mindy and Shelly from Jody Rael Photography. Definitely search that website and check out the images that Jody has on there. It really is an amazing experience and style that she's creating for her senior market. So thanks for joining us. We hope you really enjoyed this, and we'll be back with you soon.